Floating is about creating a unique experience for the brain in which it's now confronted for the first time in its existence a lack of sensory input.
I'd say it's the most intimate experience you'll ever have with yourself. It's kind of like going on a date with yourself.
There's no chance you have anywhere else where you're in total silence, total darkness, and you're literally floating.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Hamilton Morris comes here with a video camera when the podcast in its most cluttered state possible. This room is a wreck. I look like I should be on Hoarders in this fucking room. I gotta clean this bitch out. This is ridiculous. Too much traveling, man. Too much traveling.
Yes.
You know how it is. Hamilton Morris.
Hello.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for
here.
coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Hamilton is doing something on Isolation Tanks. And we're going to check out the Float Lab tomorrow in Venice, where Crash is the mad genius putting together the baddest float tanks in the world. We're going to go check out his stuff and his crazy cellular influence device.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, his idea, this guy Crash's idea, is that in the sensory deprivation environment, with the lack of external stimuli, your brain would be more focused. So
yeah, it sounds like the Lawnmower Man.
It does sound like the Lawnmower Man, you're right. It does. Could you imagine if you took, like, if you found out that you could develop a course specifically for use inside the isolation tank, like the optimum way to learn things and memorize things and put them to use, and you show that you could make people learn Spanish 10 times quicker or something fucking nutty like that. That would be, like, the best way to learn ever. We were talking about it earlier. You've only had one sensory
and it was quite a while ago.
So what's your goal? What are you trying to get out of this?
Well, at the very beginning of psychedelic research, there were always these attempts to try and isolate the experience from the environment in some way when they were trying to quantify or qualify the effects of new drugs in the 60s and test them in some kind of unbiased setting. And the two ways they had were sensory deprivation tanks and these Ganzfeld devices. But of the two, it was John Lilly's sensory deprivation tank that turned out to be much more effective, which is why it's still used today.
In your writings, you've explored almost every state of consciousness I could imagine, the various mystical levels of Satori, communication with extraterrestrials, communication with other species. You've established probably a more significant mapping of inner space than almost any other modern person, and I think we all owe a great debt to you for that.
I don't get stuck with those. I've abandoned all of them. It's impossible, because there are infinities within the mind.
Before showing me his personal flotation unit, Joe taught me about California's high-potency medical cannabis.
I like to get fucked up and get in the tank. Every day I turn this on, and this is the filtration system.
And inside it, wow. Yeah, it's pretty intense. That's what it looks like when it's circulating the water.
It's great for everything, man. It's great for your mind. It's relaxing. It's great for your body. All your muscles just they sort of lengthen out and like unwind because you're floating. You know? It's like a zero gravity atmosphere. It's really the only environment on Earth like this.
Have you tried smoking DMT in it?
No, I've never thought with DMT. Well, this would be great if I did it on a roller coaster. You know? You know? My main thing is eating pot. If you eat enough of it, you know, you'll have really insane visual effects. Like when I close my eyes, I have these weird cartoony characters that sort of dance behind your eyelids, but they're very slippery too. If I was you, I would go to one of these dispensaries and get myself a cookie.
Okay, cool. I just imagine they're extremely strong. They're always very strong. Feeling both refreshed and alert, I mentally prepared myself to meet Crash, venerated tank engineer and flotation expert, as well as the builder of Joe Rogan's personal tank.
Why not? You guys know about this chemtrail shit, right? No? You do?
No.
Huh?
No.
the spray that's out in the sky everywhere. I don't want to get into all that either. But, very interesting stuff goes on. I study a lot. That's why I got the dark field and things, you know. Studying the blood, studying this, studying that. I look into a lot of things, you know, so I can get informed. I'm concerned with my own well-being.
Joe recommended that I eat some kind of a weed brownie before getting into the tanks. He said that that was the best way to experience it. Do you feel that way?
Well, you know, I think that everybody likes to do what they like to do. I mean, I'm going to say, oh, no, you can't do that. I mean, what is that? What am I, your mom? Be your mom? You told you, you know, absolutely do whatever you want. I think that these type of conscious action people that are doing that, I am sick of these. What I like about Joe, this is a big thing to me too, is you know, and what's it? It's, you see, this is the point I was going to make though. The stigma that pertains to this industry has to do with this hippie kind of a person. These are not your grandma's people coming into the float chamber no more. See, Joe's had an influence on the industry in general. The fact is, I believe him to be the single most driving feature in the entire industry.
Crash's Float Lab is outfitted with the most technologically sophisticated flotation systems in the world, in addition to whole body vibration therapy devices and several portraits of Albert Hofmann.
I did a report on Albert Hofmann when I was about yo big. I don't even know if I knew what the fuck I was talking about, but I did a report about how he discovered LSD. You guys do some acid? Done some acid before?
Yes.
Yeah? How do you like that stuff?
I like it a lot.
Yeah? You gotta get the clean stuff, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, get the clean acid. Get it from a reliable source.
All right.
There you go.
Before entering the tank, Crash coached me on how to maximize the benefits of my flotation experience.
The other thing is putting it in your eyes. You don't want to put it in your eyes because it stings a bit. And you can put your hands like this way here, or like that, or however they feel comfortable for you. You ready to go? Yeah. You use some earplugs. They have a little filament in the middle, but
Yeah, what is the filament?
that's freaky, huh?
Yeah, that is what is making it.
Yeah, that's what makes it freaky, is the filament. See? It goes from freaky to cool all of a sudden, right? That's what I like. Take it from freaky to cool. Thank you. All right, let's get out of here. These guys gotta take a shower. Come on, you guys.
So wait, is this it? And then you'll alert me and then...
Yeah, say, hey, time's up.
As I consume my last sip of water, I prepare for a long and grueling excursion into the terra incognita of the human mind. First, I lose awareness of my limbs, then my body, and suddenly I am reduced to nothing more than a kernel of pure awareness floating in the cosmos. I emerged from the tank to find 5 hours had passed, night had fallen, and I felt a pervasive inner calm as I breathed in the cool ocean air. My float in Crash's tank raised more questions than it answered, and I knew that I could only come to understand the tank by traveling to the flotation capital of the United States, Boulder, Colorado.
Hello. Hey, what's going on? We just arrived at the hotel and we were about to drive over, actually. Is now a good time to come by? I definitely want to, either tonight or tomorrow, or potentially both, do at least one long session. Okay. All right, so I guess we'll drive over right now and I'll see you in a minute.
Sounds great. No rush. I'll be here.
Okay, cool. Bye. That was Ben, the tank master.
and we're gonna check out his tank and see what's going on at Isolate Flotation Center. After hearing me on Joe Rogan's podcast, Ben suggested I travel to Boulder to have a taste of his newly constructed Samadhi tank. People have died in modified tanks. There was a notable psychonaut named D.M. Turner who drowned in a bathtub that he was trying to use as a sensory deprivation tank while giving himself intramuscular injections of ketamine. But that's not what we're doing today. As I approached Isolate Flotation Center, I felt an unmistakable tingling in my pineal antenna.
So yeah, this is the tank. It's probably not that cool looking compared to Crash's tanks.
And so this comes as just a giant thing that you
So it comes in these like sections, right? This is a section, this is a section, this is a section, this is a section, this is a section. There's a heater underneath that heats the water, and there's a heater in the filtering system that also heats the water. But then there's a heater in the top that heats the air.
And you were saying that you only change the water once a month?
We change it once every like 4 months. The filtering system is super clean. They pump ozone in there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it really it prevents anything from growing in there. It gets filtered for at least 15 minutes between people. It gets filtered all night long.
Yeah.
So it's still super clean.
But you'd still discourage people from peeing in the tank.
Yes, please don't do that. That's an $800 mistake.
Really?
Yeah, $800 Epsom salt in there.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's how much the Epsom salt costs?
Yeah.
It was then that Ben and I decided to sit down for a communication interface.
Where did the tank begin?
For me?
Yes.
So I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, and it really just the way that he was putting things across kind of made me start to rethink things, and I was like, okay, I gotta go try this isolation tank. The way he's talking about this, it sounds too cool, I gotta go try it. So I was like super miserable at this point in my life. I'd been depressed for all of my life, basically. I was, 300 pounds, smoked a bunch of cigarettes, ate lots of fast food, mostly fast food. So I went down to a New Spirit in Denver, and I had a great time. The first float was kind of like strange. Like, what was your first float kind of like awkward? No. Oh, that's cool. For me, it was like 50 minutes of being like, wow. I was also really stoned, but I was like, just kind of like looking around in there and like, wow, what's going on? This is weird. And the last like 10 minutes, I saw this big red beam of light, and it was playing like the craziest music I'd ever heard. And I'm like about to leave my body and travel off into this red beam of light, and they come knock on the door. I'm like, no, I need to go into this red beam of light. Something about sensory deprivation really makes you appreciate sensory input as well. I feel like I personally took for granted a lot of things about just like actually being alive and being a human, So I started, eating really well, eating organically. I started exercising, doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And this all happened, the main moment of my deciding I was gonna change shit happened like a week after my first isolation tank experience. So I definitely think that it's been beneficial in my own transformation. So I'm looking online, I'm like, there's no isolation tank centers in Boulder? What? That's like the perfect place for it. And then we found this place in March of 2012.
So this is all recent. I didn't
Very
realize.
recent, yeah. The other float center opened 2 months before we did.
Which?
The Cloud9.
Cloud9.
Cloud9, yeah. They opened in March of 2012.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very recent.
So there's some competition.
Word on the street was that there was a new tank player in town, a flotation center called Cloud9. With 3 tanks, Cloud9 made it clear they would accept nothing less than total domination of the Boulder tank market.
So here we have just the float tank. It's an open tank for people that have any issues with claustrophobia or anything like that, so it doesn't have that.
At first, I was insulted that they would waste my time with an open-faced tank.
So it's just like a tub.
Yeah, it's just like a tub.
But then I was relieved to find myself in the company of a floataway Tranquility, arguably the most sophisticated flotation tank yet designed.
Oh wow, it's
Right.
a futuristic looking tank.
Yeah, definitely.
With hydraulic lid, redox sensor, UV filter, and an auto-dosing reservoir, many floatationists consider it the Rolls-Royce of sensory deprivation tanks.
Huh. It's pretty impressive. And how do you think this compares to the Samadhi?
The Samadhi,
When you're in the tank and the lights are off and the door is closed, it's all the same.
yeah.
It really is.
No.
Is that
Every
really
tank
the
is
case?
different. Every tank that I've ever been in has been different.
There was one voice of dissent in the flotation community, a tank guru named Brandon.
I've floated in Samadhi, I've floated in Floatarium, I've floated in that one at Cloud9, I've floated at the ones that they have down at the New Spirit Wellness Center. Every single tank is completely different.
How many hours would you say you spent in the tank?
Like number of hours?
Alright, so it's breakfast time. We're gonna get some sprouted quinoa oatmeal and hemp seed vegan pizza with squeezed goji berry juice and a bowl of persimmons. And what is your involvement in the tanks?
I work here. I intern here for free flotations, basically.
Any horrific traumatic experiences?
Not completely traumatic. I've definitely come in touch with my total inner creepy weirdo a couple of times. Like, I've had a couple experiences in there where I've had like a demon or something emerge that I realized was just in there, and I never thought was really like a part of me. And one time he said, it was like in this weird Gollum voice, so he was like, kill it, just kill it. And I was like, where the hell did that come from? I had no idea like where it came from.
Jasmine's account of demonic possession made me think twice about sealing myself inside what could easily become a tank of nightmares.
Really accentuates the alien abduction sensation that comes with being in a flotation tank. Like, just talking to you, I feel like it's a big furry probe that's about to extract semen from my testes. End of review.
It's a pretty cool looking tank.
Yeah, it is. I'm almost skeptical of it for that reason. So I'm like, yeah, you're a cool looking tank, but how do you float? I have a feeling that Ben is going to have some strong words about the chlorination of these tanks. He's going to be against it. I'm going to bet you a kombucha that he's going to be against that. I'm going to bet you a GT Dave spirulina enriched trilogy of flavors that Ben is going to be against the chlorination of his sensory deprivation tank. Time to treat this excruciating eye pain with a therapeutic non-saltwater shower that will be cold as ice. Oh, that's cool.
There was definitely a difference in the ventilation of the tanks, that's for sure. Like, it was muggier, more humid.
In this one?
In the other one. This one had a much drier air zone. But now I'm a tank connoisseur, so I can just nitpick all the live long day. All I know is that every tank I've used, they need to turn up the air temperature a little bit. And I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I understand that you don't want to feel hot. At the same time, it's not supposed to be a hot tub. But almost every tank I've ever used, I've always felt like it could still be
warmer?
A little warmer, especially in the air.
My experience was when I went to the New Spiro Wellness Center that the float tanks were too hot. And when I mentioned that to them, they said, well, that's the way people like them. The whole reason you're floating is to not feel the water. If you can feel it at all, then it's not floating.
Right.
It's not floating. The most powerful drug I've ever taken was that first float. It was such a pure, unadulterated high, and such a deep, perfect high, that, you know, it's sort of like a peak experience that I just keep looking for over and over again. There's a lot of mental space to explore. I call it the innerverse. And when you have the right environment of the tank and the environment outside the tank, it gives you the freedom to explore that space. You shouldn't even have a single drip in your float, not a single one, because a single drip could pull you out of the best float you've ever had in your life.
Fully convinced by the tank guru's expertise, I decided that a transformative experience could be achieved by no less than 8 hours of uninterrupted flotation. I don't want to see any of these trees, this spectacular view. I want to see nothing but blackness and to feel a complete loss of sensation in my skin and body. That's what I'm looking for. I feel like we're all damaged by technology to some degree, even though, of course, technology has all these extremely beneficial qualities. I think just this entire culture of like having a phone in your hand and being able to compulsively check to see if anyone has tweeted at you or sent you a Facebook message or liked an Instagram photo. Yeah. And I feel like it actually changes the way you think and destroys your ability to concentrate or do things like read a book that require sustained commitment to concentrating on something that isn't immediately stimulating you personally. And I wonder if sensory deprivation or something can work towards deconditioning or mitigating the damage caused by all of this technology.
Yeah, and not just the technology. I think that it can kind of mitigate the damage of living in our society in general.
And then I was wondering if I should try and smoke weed before doing it this time.
Do you want to? I got a bunch of good weed.
I'm tempted.
Got some NYC Diesel from the dispensary. It's high quality.
Oh, man.
And it's delicious.
Much like Joe Rogan, Ben was eager to teach me about the effect medical marijuana has on flotation.
Smoking wax. This is Hamilton's first time ever smoking earwax or butter.
Oh my God. As the cannabis released negativity from my crown chakra, I was suddenly struck with inspiration. If I could implement binaural metaprogramming positive affirmation technologies to free myself from the negative thought templates of ADHD, then I could streamline the optimization of my self-projection. It was worth a shot.
What do you think would be a good positive affirmation, Nick?
What are the things that you'd like to change in your life?
I would like to be able to not allow anxiety to interfere with completing necessary tasks.
The thought of future tasks brings only the potential for growth and development.
Yes, that's good. Wow. Yes.
I will regard tasks I must complete with cheerful readiness.
When you're in the tank, you're sort of cleansing the doors of perception. All of your sensory input is being cleaned. And when you come out, you're sort of like a baby coming out of the womb, and you're seeing things with fresh eyes and fresh skin and with fresh nose and with fresh ears.
I float in complete tranquility, cleansed by the tears of the mind's eye.
Sorry. You did that on purpose. I know now not to like eat or drink anything like right before.
Mm-hmm. 2 craniosacral alignments and 10 kombuchas later, I was ready for what would be the longest float of my life.
When you feel like it's time to get out, either get out and go to the bathroom and get back in, or just move your body a little bit and then go back into the float.
I will do that. I realized that no advice any flotationist offered could prepare me for the task at hand. For the first time in my life, I had to take responsibility for my own flotation.
When do you want me to play your programming?
I guess just like
in the beginning.
I'm so zoned right now.
Good.
I'm so in the zone that it's gonna take 40 seconds. In the
Right.
tank before
When
I'm
you've
ready.
already floated today.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
you're
more
ready
in
to
the
go.
zone than I've ever
So you
been
want to
in my
play
entire life.
Good. Great.
I am the master of my own concentration. I am the master of my own concentration. I will approach necessary tasks with cheerful readiness. In a world overrun by electronic distractions, it's appropriate that a tool as simple as a darkened box of salt water could create an environment of total and complete focus. After dozens of hours of floating, deconstructing my thoughts and meta-thoughts, I began to understand distraction and how I allow it to invade my mind. A powerful understanding that remained after I left the tank. I owe it all to Joe, Crash, Ben, Jasmine, Brandon, and the rest. Tanks for the memories.
Ah!
Customer service needed in the Shave Needs department.